The moment trust stops feeling tight, love starts moving fast. When you release the inner grip, destiny accelerates. Marriage does not respond to pressure, it responds to peace. Marriage does not move on effort alone, it moves on emotional alignment. Many people trust, but their trust is tense. It is filled with checking, worrying, controlling, and silent fear. That kind of trust delays outcomes because it carries resistance. Marriage moves faster when trust feels relaxed, open, and calm. When your heart is not clenched around timelines or outcomes, life finds a clear path toward you. Tension blocks flow. Ease invites it. Love is not persuaded by force. It is attracted by harmony. When your trust softens, everything that was slow begins to speed up naturally. Tension often disguises itself as seriousness. You may think you are being committed, focused, or responsible, but underneath, tension is fear trying to manage the future. Marriage cannot grow in an environment where fear is constantly watching the clock. Trust without tension means you believe deeply, but you do not strain. You expect love, but you do not chase it. You know it is coming, but you do not grip it tightly. This balance is powerful. It signals readiness, not desperation, and readiness is what accelerates alignment. When trust is tense, the body feels restless, the mind overthinks, the heart doubts between moments of hope. This inner conflict sends mixed signals. Life responds to clarity, not confusion. Marriage responds to consistency, not emotional swings. When your trust becomes steady, your energy becomes coherent. Coherent energy moves things quickly. The right encounters happen with less effort. Conversations flow more easily. Timing aligns without struggle. This is not coincidence. It is the natural response to relaxed certainty. Trust without tension feels like quiet confidence. You live fully instead of waiting. You enjoy your days instead of postponing happiness. Marriage is drawn to people who are already alive in their present moment. If your joy is on hold, love hesitates. If your joy is active, love joins. Marriage does not want to rescue you from emptiness. It wants to partner with fulfillment. When trust is free of tension, you radiate fulfillment even before partnership arrives. Many delays in love are not about timing, but about pressure. Pressure comes from internal urgency. Urgency says, it must happen now or something is wrong. Trust says, it is unfolding perfectly. Marriage responds to trust because trust removes resistance. Resistance is what slows everything down. The more you try to control outcomes, the more life pauses them. When you let go internally, movement begins externally. Speed is not created by force. It is created by flow. When you trust without tension, you stop chasing signs. You stop analyzing every interaction. You stop attaching your self-worth to responses or delays. This emotional freedom creates space, and space is essential for love to enter. Marriage needs room to breathe. If your heart is crowded with fear and urgency, there is no opening. But when your heart is calm, love walks in naturally. Calm is an invitation. Trust without tension also changes how you relate to people. You stop overgiving. You stop proving yourself. You stop tolerating uncertainty just to stay connected. Your standards rise quietly. You expect clarity. You expect consistency. Marriage is attracted to this self-respect. It feels safe around it. Commitment grows where expectations are healthy and unforced. When you trust yourself, others trust you too. There is a difference between desire and attachment. Desire is light. Attachment is heavy. Marriage moves faster toward light energy. When trust is tense, attachment dominates. When trust is relaxed, desire remains, but attachment dissolves. You want love, but you do not cling to it. This non-clinging state is powerful. It signals emotional maturity. Marriage aligns with maturity because maturity sustains partnership. Trust without tension allows timing to work for you instead of against you. You stop feeling late. You stop chimeering journeys. You stop seeing others' milestones as pressure. Comparison creates tension. Trust dissolves it. Marriage is not a race. It is a resonance. When your inner rhythm is calm, life syncs with it. What felt delayed begins to arrive faster because resistance is gone. When tension leaves, intuition becomes clearer. You sense alignment without forcing it. You recognize red flags without fear. You walk away from what drains you without anxiety. This discernment protects your path. Marriage does not form through confusion. It forms through clarity. And clarity arises when trust is calm. The more relaxed your trust, the sharper your awareness. Trust without tension also heals impatience. Impatience is not about time. It is about discomfort with the present. When you trust fully, the present feels enough. Marriage is drawn to people who are at peace now, not those trying to escape now. Love does not rush toward pressure. It flows toward contentment. Contentment signals safety. Safety invites commitment. When your trust is relaxed, rejection loses its sting. Delays lose their meaning. You no longer interpret pauses as failure. You understand that alignment is working even when unseen. This emotional resilience keeps your heart open. Marriage cannot enter a closed heart. Trust keeps it open without strain. Openness without desperation is rare, and what is rare is powerful. Marriage moves faster when you are no longer emotionally gripping the outcome. Gripping creates tension. Releasing creates momentum. Think of it like water. When you squeeze it, it escapes. When you allow it to flow, it fills everything. Love behaves the same way. The less you squeeze, the more it stays. The less you pressure, the more it progresses. Trust without tension does not mean indifference. It means faith without fear. You care deeply, but you are not consumed. You desire strongly, but you are not desperate. This balance aligns your energy perfectly. Marriage recognizes this alignment immediately. It feels like ease, not effort. Like recognition, not pursuit. When you trust without tension, your body relaxes. Your voice steadies. Your presence deepens. People feel comfortable around you. Comfort builds connection. Connection builds commitment. Marriage grows organically in this environment. Not rushed, not forced, but naturally accelerated. So let go of the inner pressure. Release the silent countdown. Drop the emotional weight you carry around love. Trust does not need tension to work. In fact, tension slows it down. The moment you trust freely, movement begins. Doors open. Paths align. And marriage, which once felt distant, starts moving toward you faster than you imagined. Because marriage is not delayed by time. It is delayed by tension. And the moment tension leaves, love finds its speed. When trust becomes calm, everything inside you settles into alignment. You no longer feel rushed by time. You no longer feel watched by expectations. Your heart stops bracing for disappointment. Marriage begins to feel natural instead of distant. Calm trust removes emotional friction. It allows life to move smoothly. Pressure tells life you are afraid. Calm tells life you are ready. Readiness attracts speed. When you trust without fear, your energy becomes stable. Stability invites commitment. Marriage is drawn to emotional steadiness. Calm trust says you can hold love without panic. It signals maturity. It signals safety. It signals emotional strength. Love moves quickly towards safety. Marriage accelerates when fear steps aside. Calm trust opens doors quietly. And what opens quietly often moves the fastest. Tension is invisible resistance. It lives in the body and speaks through impatience. It tightens expectations and controls outcomes. When tension exists, love slows down. Relaxed faith removes that resistance. Faith does not need force. It allows space for things to unfold. Marriage flows toward openness. When you stop squeezing the future moves freely. Tension blocks timing. Ease aligns it. Love is not stubborn. It responds instantly to harmony. When your faith is relaxed, your energy clears. Life reads that clarity. Marriage follows clarity. Resistance dissolves when fear dissolves. Relaxed faith does not argue with timing. It cooperates with it, and cooperation accelerates results. What once felt stuck begins to move naturally. Urgency is rooted in fear of loss. Ease is rooted in trust of arrival. Love responds to ease every time. When urgency dominates, connections feel heavy. When ease dominates, Connections feel light. Marriage prefers lightness. It grows faster where there is emotional breathing room. Ease allows curiosity instead of control. Love expands where it is not pressured. Urgency interrogates the future. Ease welcomes it. Marriage moves toward emotional comfort. When you are at ease, others feel safe around you. Safety deepens bonds. Bonds grow into commitment. Urgency repels what it wants most. Ease invites it closer. When love feels relaxed, it stays. When it stays, marriage forms. Ease is not passive. It is powerful patience. And patience accelerates alignment. Inner peace speaks louder than effort ever could. You can do everything right and still block love with inner chaos. Peace removes that block. Marriage listens to inner peace. Peace tells life you are grounded. Grounded people build lasting unions. When your mind is quiet, your intuition sharpens. You choose better. You wait without frustration. Marriage aligns with those who are emotionally ready, not emotionally busy. Peace is readiness. It communicates trust in life. Effort without peace feels forced. Peace without effort feels magnetic. Love follows magnetism. Marriage forms where calm confidence exists. Inner peace stabilizes relationships before they begin, and stability allows love to move quickly without fear. Control is fear, dressed as responsibility. When you release control, fear loosens its grip. Timing aligns when you stop micromanaging it. Marriage is not delayed by patience. It is delayed by interference. Releasing control does not mean giving up desire. It means trusting the process. Trust gives timing room to work. When you stop forcing outcomes, outcomes flow. Marriage responds to allowance. Allowance invites synchronicity. Control creates tension. Tension slows movement. Letting go creates momentum. When you trust timing, timing trusts you. Love arrives when it is welcomed, not demanded. Releasing control makes your energy lighter. Light energy moves faster, and marriage moves with it. When trust is relaxed, your standards naturally rise. You no longer settle out of fear. You expect clarity without chasing it. This clarity attracts clarity. Marriage forms where expectations are healthy. Tension lowers standards. Calm trust strengthens them. You become selective without being closed. Love respects that balance. Clarity removes confusion. Confusion delays commitment. When your trust is steady, you recognize alignment quickly. You walk away from misalignment peacefully. Marriage needs this discernment. Discernment protects your future. Calm trust sharpens your judgment, and sharp judgment clears the path. Love moves faster on a clear path. Emotional relaxation creates space. Space is essential for love. If your heart is crowded with pressure, nothing enters. When you relax emotionally, you create room. Marriage needs room to grow. Relaxation does not mean apathy. It means openness without fear. Openness invites connection. Connection deepens naturally. Commitment follows depth. When your energy is relaxed, conversations flow. Presence increases. Authenticity emerges. Marriage grows in authenticity. Emotional relaxation removes defensiveness. Defensiveness blocks intimacy. Relaxation opens intimacy. Love moves faster toward intimacy. And intimacy is the foundation of marriage. Pressure feels like holding your breath. Release feels like exhaling. When you exhale emotionally, life inhales toward you. Marriage gains momentum when pressure leaves your energy. Pressure signals distrust. Release signals faith. Faith accelerates movement. Love moves toward those who are not forcing it. Momentum builds where resistance ends. When you stop pushing, pulling stops. Life steps forward. Marriage responds to openness. The lighter your energy, the faster alignment occurs. Pressure slows love. Peace speeds it up. When your energy relaxes, your path clears, and marriage moves naturally, steadily, and swiftly toward you.